Right, just to finish off this video, I'm going to amalgamate a bit of footage all into the one. There was a bit of dump trailer work there, and I'll poke out what I can out of that. But pretty much finished the tidying. Small bit left to do. Like I was saying to you earlier, that's going to go there, and I'll put pallet rack in there so I'll be able to take pickup hitches, and our barrels of oil will go in there, so I had to move them for the time being. And they're still one of them here, but we got our shelving up anyway, and I've actually nearly filled it. I didn't quite think I would fill it, but anyway, we'll give a run through it. There's more shelving down there. I need to tidy up that as well, but I will get to that. It's not really pressing at the moment, it's kind of out of the way. So anyway, starting above and top, we have the panels off of our Steyr 650 bar or mud guards. We have a front grille or bonnet, and our two side fender, or two side bits to the bonnet as well. Moving on from that, we have roll pin sets here and split pins, and also the pins that with the collar on them that would go through the likes of brake pedals and stuff like that. We have a set of them there as well, and that's them actually. They're in this box. That kind of a pin. We have worth sets of those. Then we have quarter, half inch, and combination set. So there's some spanners and that as well. If you're just in here and you need to grab something quick, they're full sets of sockets that you can take out with you if you need to go out to a tractor in trouble or something like that. Selections of bulbs and fuses in this box. We've rearranged all this stuff. All this stuff used to be here, there and everywhere, so that's all gone into this box now. And then this one has some electrical cable, heat shrink and plugs, isolation switch, and so on. And moving on from that, then we have some tools just to do with wiring connections, wire strippers, for cutting cable, crimpers, and a tester for testing trailer sockets and the back of tractors. This guy he's a 24 or a 240 volt that will put out 12 volts. So if you want to test lights or things like that, we just plug him in. Or if you want to give something a small bit of power while you're testing it out or what have you like that, that's what we use that guy for. In here is all crimp connections, and that has all different compartments, and each compartment has different crimps in it. Moving on from that, I did not realise we had so much paint. We have some amount of paint, probably a lot of it will never ever be used, but gathered over the years, and here it is now. So we have some case silver, Steyr red, more case silver, all various different tractor colours here, primers, and some top coats there as well. Spray masks, paint filters, masking tape, some bits of primer in there, high build primer, sander, spray guns, mixing cups, and tinners, more paint, sandpaper, sanding heads for this fella, and a big stack of sandpaper there, and sanding blocks. Empty drums for if you need to carry a couple of drums of diesel with you doing something, that's what they're for. Chain oil, gear oil, back end oil, all arranged in there. Just that keg hasn't any Guinness in it, unfortunately. If it did, we'd probably empty it. Moving on from that, our top shelf here is Steyr parts, CVX parts. So there's some front axle parts in there, and also a spare spool valve, an oil cooler for a Zudberg from PTO. There is some plough parts in this box actually, all Kverneland plough parts. Alternator for a CVX, filters for a CVX. This box got a bit damaged, but it's a good air filter inside there. And in this box there's just various gaskets and stuff like that for CVX transmissions. And that's about it for CVX stuff in stock. Yeah, some pedal struts and door struts and things like that. Block and tackle, which we often use there if we're doing something. Put it on the roof and hitch up. So the block and tackle is there. Disposable overalls for if we're washing or we're going doing something a bit dirty or crawling in under a machine, or if a driver just wants to grab a set of them, he can take them away with him. Ordinary grease for, let's check what colour this is. Actually, it's probably, I'd assume it'll be red when it's in a red tub, but yeah, it's red grease. So that'll do beardings and PTO shafts and stuff like that. And then our black stuff is pin and bush grease, molly grease, I think they call that. So that's there. Gloves for the drivers as well, and ratchet straps and rags. Go through a lot of rags. Moving on here, it's all edge knives, McHale edge knives. In that box there must be 50, 60 knives in there, and they've all been sharpened, so they're ready to go. Next box is slings that you always need in County Kerry. You're never too far away from getting stuck, so that's why that box is there. You can just come into the shed, you can find the sling you want, or if you need two, if two tractors need to rescue you, there's chains and slings and there's loads of various pieces in there, and shackles and all the rest that just run with it. Like, you know, you'll find them the second you come in the door of the shed. Because before they used to be scattered here, there and everywhere, and you'd be looking for one and couldn't find it and stuff like that. McConnell hitch cutter spares. We use these. We often break lugs off of the rotor, and we weld these back on in where the lug breaks off. These two toolboxes are here also for drivers. They have kind of a driver's pack, I suppose you could call it. Just a handy amount of stuff: fuses, a couple of bolts, screwdriver, cable ties, gloves, set of sockets, set of spanners, and a hammer, and a punch and a chisel. It'll just get you out of trouble. If you're going away at the job, you can carry that with you. And realistically, if what's in that box don't get you out of trouble, then you're going to have to bring the machine home anyway. So, grease guns, various pins, lots of hydraulic fittings, and more hydraulic fittings there. In underneath it we have an air jack and an old anvil that comes from my grandfather's time, so that's why that's there. And this bay I've yet to really fill up. Just a chainsaw, some chargers, more hydraulic fittings. This box is various oddball tools that have been made up over the years. Spanners, pottinger, rake tines. And this box, I would be hoping this box is going to save me a lot of money, because I'm going to leave that there, and every part that's wrong or has to be returned is going to go into that box. And you know, before it was a case, oh, that's wrong, put it somewhere, and it's forgotten about. So now stuff will go to a centralized location, and you know where your returns box is. So that's what that box is going to be. That box is going to serve the purpose of returns. So that's that much of it done. That's the shelving completed. I will fill that up. It's just it's a Saturday evening, and I'm as far as I'm going to get on it this evening. So I'll be heading away from it now. Also have our ladder here that we'll keep down the end, because you can't get up to these top shelves from the ground, but you can here now, so that'll help that. Next week I would be hoping there will be 3 tractors arriving here, and we might be getting stuck into them, getting them ready for resale. But I won't tell you too much about them yet. If you follow us on Facebook anyway, you'll probably have seen them. But anyway, there's a bit of a surprising store in the middle of the whole lot. So I'd be hoping we'll fit 2 there, and we might be able to fit 1 here that we'll be able to work away on the 3 of them at the one time. So hopefully all going to plan. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you there next week.